Ois Gimel. V'zehu Shir Hashirim Mamer. So now he's going to explain and say, this is what the pasuk says, Shir Hashirim Mamer. Is teaching the word shir means the word song. Learned before, he's going to explain how a song has the various different notes in it, and the song, I mean, literally would mean the song of song that is l'shloima. Shloima means shalom, means peace. He's going to say that there is these two parts in connecting a Jew, the Kala, with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, with the Chassid, to connect, to make shalom between Hashem, the Chassid, and the Kala, Hashem and Knesset Yisrael. It comes through the level of shir, level of song, Shir Hashirim, the level of song. The song is that brings the connection, because the idea of a song, of the idea of a shir, is bringing up, that is sort of bringing the kala to the chassan, and bringing down, bringing the chassan to the kala. That's the level of shir. Shir, hu inyan hahiskalelus berotzoi v'shoiv. Rotzoi means running. That is the level of expiring of the kala running to the chassan, and shoiv is to return and bring the chassan down over here, or ulamaila, above, is in the Kabbalah, we call that hu bechinas moti v'loy moti chulu. Moti means he reaches, he comes, but v'loy moti, he doesn't reach. That is the level of ratzui, going up, but level of shuv, v'loy moti, and then you don't quite expire, go up, but actually you go down, v'loy moti. Going to explain in the Yitzchayim, ba'ayim b'Yitzchayim, the b'chinas moti v'loy moti, nimshach, it says in the words of the Kabbalah, mipeh the ak, that is from the mouth of Adam Kadmon, shuhu b'chinas oiros hataimim the ak, those are the level of the lights of the taimim, the trop, the song, that is, we talked about before, of the Adam Kadmon. V'zeu, this is the meaning Shir Hashirim, Yishakenu min shikes piu, it's ba'ayim hashekos v'oid mi'inyan hamshocha she'b'b'chinas moti v'lei moti b'biyur inyan moitzeil masem chulu ayin shom. So this is a parenthesis, gives you some reference over here. But v'zeu Shir Hashirim, and this is what remains Shir Hashirim. It is the shir of the other shirim. So in other words, there is a lot of shirim, there's a lot of connections that are going up, that we are raising, things of below are going up, and then there's hamshocha, there's the rotzi v'shuv. This is the shir of all the shirim. This is the shir, the song of all the pirush, shir shemimenu mekablim hashira shalamata. It is a shir, a song from which all the shirim below, the lower levels, this is the level of ak, the ak, in the highest level, moti v'le moti, but from this, all the other shirim are mekabel to be able to go up and down. Sheyesh kamo b'chines shir mimata l'maylo. There are many levels of this level of shir, of song, that we say, we start mimata l'maylo. Ki mekoir hanivroyim hamechayu mehave ma'ayin liyesh. Because the source of the creation, the one from where who vitalizes and creates ma'ayin liyesh, shu b'chinas malchus da'atzilus, which is level of malchus da'atzilus, he ha'oila u'miskaleles b'chinas bittel. She, Malchus, goes up and is included in a way of subjugation, b'matzila baruch hu, in her maitzil, the one who separates and creates the level of Malchus, b'bchinas shir berotzi v'shoif, in a level of shir, which is the level of rotzi v'shoif, going up and down. It's like the notes of the song, up and down. The rotzi v'shoif, moti v'lei moti, that's the level of Malchus. But not only the way Malchus is in the world of Atzilus does it go up and down, but v'gam achrehi slapshus. B'biyah, also after it dresses up in Biyah, hine aliyos ha'olamos she'olim umiskalim. So then the worlds, the Biyah, which are elevated, go up, and are included in the level of Malchus, Nikra Bechinas, that is called the level of Shir. That's Nikra Bechinas Shir, that is called the level of Shir. Kemoy Hanigun, just like a song, Benagin HaMenagin, when the singer sings, Sheyesh Boy Koilis, Oilim B'Yerdim, B'Mailis, B'Murdis. So there are various different voices that go up, go down, the notes. Malis, the degrees, the steps, goes higher and descends. Yesh kama mini aliyas adin shiur. There is an endless amount of elevation to no end and no measure. V'hakoil b'bchinas shir. Everything is in the level of shir. All it's called this. All these elevations we call them shir. And this is an explanation, as he explains. The Mishnah in Shabbos actually says that the Mishnah in Shabbos says, Kol bali hashir yoitzim b'shir v'nimshochim b'shir chulu. Over there, it's actually talking about something totally different. It's not talking about a song in the literal translation. The literal translation, it's talking a garment that the animal wears. So those who have the shir can go out on Shabbos. It's not considered carrying. It's not considered a malacha. The Baalei Hashir, Yotzim, and they can be pulled by the shir. But it's in Chassidus, we teach it that the Baalei Hashir, meaning the song, Baalei Hashir, Yotzim b'shir nimshochem. That's the level of Rotzoi v'shoy, Moti v'lemotzi. They go out, the song creates that level of expiration, level of Rotzoi, and also nimshochem, the level of shir. V'ayim hashekos la'posik, mizma shir chanukas habayis, ba'posik b'shem ochiv yubo. V'hinei, kol hashirim halolu shemimata l'maylo. All these songs, in other words, all these elevations, the world's going up to the higher madrega, is nikra, that is called shira, with a hey, behei, loshen nikeva. That's loshen nikeva. Kemoi shekosuv, like we say, as hashira hazois. Hazois, that's the feminine. Bechinas kalo. That's the level of kalo. Umibchinas kalo nimshach bchinas simchas chosen mehelam legilu. And from the level of kalo, kalo is the elevation, the hala, and that's shira, feminine. And from the kalo, we come to the simchas chosen, to bring down the chosen, the joy of the chosen, which is mehelam legilu.
בוקר טוב.
Mesameach chosen im hakalo. So what is the meaning? Like we say in the Sheva Brachas, you say Mesameach chosen im hakalo. So when we say who rejoices, the chosen is with the kalo, which means the kalo makes that chosen sameach. The kala brings the simcha to the chosen. Mesameach chosen im hakala, which means the kala brings the rotzei, the elevation, and that brings the chosen down. Pirush. Ima kala means al yidei hakala, through the kala. Shal yidei b'chinas hashira behei b'chinas kala, through the level of shira with the hay, which is the level of kala. Nimshach shir ha'elyen b'chinas dechad. That brings down the supreme shir in the level of the masculine, the hamshocha milmayla lemato. Ayin b'zoyar parshas vayelech daf reish pei daled omid beis v'reish pei hey omid aleph, which is who hamshochas oir in sof haseviv kol almim. That's bringing down, drawing down the ein sof haseviv kol almim. Mibchinas, from the level of Shmoi Hagodel, which is the Taimei HaToira, or the Nona de Eraisa, the trop, or we called it before the singing of the Eraisa, which is Bchinas Oinega Elyon Lislabish B'Toira. That is the level of Tainuk to dress up in Torah. That's, we said before, Yoshev Oisek B'Toira. That Hashem is Kodesh Baruch Hu, Yoshev descends. That's the chosen, that's the level of Amshocha, and it comes from the level of Einek. Ba'ayin me'inyan Shir Hashirim, look further about this idea of Shir Hashirim in Berabos Soif Pasuk Shir Hashirim, and in Zoyar Chelik Beis, Namches Omed Beis, and on page Kuf Lamed Beis, Omed Aleph, and on page Kuf Men Gimel, Aleph and Beis, and on page Kuf Mem Daled Aleph and Beis, and on Kuf Mem Hey Beis, and in Chelik Gimel. So this is in Chelik Beis, and in Chelik Gimel, look at Ayin Daled Beis and Resh Pei Daled Beis. So as in a further parenthesis, ve'efshel leimar, we can say that Pirush Shema Yisrael. We say with the meaning of listen Yisrael. The word Yisrael is made up of two words, Shir, Kel. Yud Shin Reish is Shir of Yisrael, and then Kel. What does it mean, Shir Kel? Ki b'neshamas Yisrael yesh mebchinas Shir. By Yidden Yisrael, neshamas Yisrael, we have the level, from the level of Shir, and also umebchinas Hashirim. Shir Hashirim. So you have both from the level of Shir and to the level of Shirin. And he explains that's his Shema Yisrael. That's why Yisrael is the lashon of Shirkel. He says, Ayin lekamon bebir aposik tzendor eno, ubezer chelikala vayichi daf reish mem hei, v'ayin mashekosuv le'il me'inyan Yeshurun. But then he says Yeshurun shor, lashon of Shiro, mashekosuv beparsha bolok aposik le'romal b'Yisroel. So Shir Hashirim, we're talking about the level of Rotzi v'Shoiv. That's the level of the Haloah, the connection. And then the pasuk says Asher Lishloimer. What does it mean? The song that is Lishloimer. What is the idea of Lishloimer? That's Ki Inyan Oise Sholem Bimreimov. That is similar to the idea of Oise Sholem Bimreimov, which we say that Michoel is Sar Shel Mayim, the Gabriel Sar Shel Eish. That Michoel, who is the Sar of water, and Gabriel is the Sar of Eish, based off, what does it mean? Hashem makes peace in those who are above. Because you have the various different angels who are officers on opposites. Michael is the officer in charge of water. Gabriel is the officer, he's in charge of fire. Now, fire and water are Beis Havchim. They're two opposite. So how do you connect? How do you make peace between Gabriel and Michael? Michael and Gabriel, they're representing two opposites. How do you make the peace over there? So that's what he says. The Eibishter is Oise Sholem. The level of Sholem comes from Oise Sholem from Hashem. Kach, likewise, we're saying the Shir Hashirim, the Rotzi v'Shoiv, Kach Liyos is Chabrus v'Iskalus, Shnei HaFochim. In order for it to be the connection and the inclusion of these two opposites, mimato lemailo, the rotze, from below to above, and then the shuv umilmailo lemato, from above to below. So that is lishloima. The Eibishter makes that peace. Why? Because Hashem is Bichlal, holy, Kodesh Baruch Hu. He is holy, he's separate. And this is all no value to Hashem. As we said, it's like a drop from the Ukiyanus water. And and so what are we trying to do? We're trying to connect from above to below. Hashem is totally beyond. There's no comparison at all. The world is and the world we are here a yesh and a nifra. How do we connect Hashem Ein Sof Ein Aroich with the yesh? They liyes islapshus Ein Sof betipazu. So right in this seed, it's like to bring down the highest level in the hamshocha, which comes through the seed, she'ein aroich mamish chukulu, which really has no comparison at all to the creation, to the energy that's in that seed, the Ein Sof. Mukhrach liyes hamshochas oinaga elyon. So for that, you need to bring down the delight of the Supreme, that he should delight. That's how the seed comes down. It comes down through the level of delight, the level of pleasure. That brings down the tippa. That is in order to bring down the Ein Sof, so that it should come down into such a far contracted and restricted place in the tippa, into the Torah from the Ein Sof. You need a level of pleasure. And that pleasure who inyan hashir. And that's the idea of the shir. Shemizeh nase hasholim. That brings the peace, which means hiskashrus hamashpia b'mekabel chulu. That connects the one who is mashpia to the makabel. So he is alluding to the physical way of a connection of the chos and the kala, the man and the woman, which brings about the hamshocha, the seed from the chos to the kala, that it comes through the idea of level. V'zehu and v'yiyah asher l'shloima. And then this brings asher l'shloima. So he says, ki b'tevas l'shloima. Even though we pronounce it, it has a hey at the end. That sounds like feminine. It's a loshen nekeva, l'shlomo. But we pronounce it l'shlomo, to the level with a, like as if it was above over there. Because there has the word asher l'shloima, it has both. It has the feminine, it has the masculine. Ki b'tevas l'shloima nichlal b'chinas dochar. In the word l'shloima, includes in it the level of masculine, v'nikra, v'nuk, and nukva, and the masculine and feminine, gam yachad together. Why? Ki shloimoi b'choilom. When you say shloimoi, is melech shasholom shaloi. Choilom means shloimoi, his peace. Who amshochas tipas dachar. That is the extending the seed of the masculine. But we also have a gam shloimo with a hey. The gam shloimo with a hey. That is moira aloshe nekeva. That's the point aloshe nekeva. He b'chinas ha'aloh. That is the level of elevation. Milmato l'mayla, which is from below to above. Nasa Yichud Elyon. When you connect the masculine and the feminine, this together brings the level of the Yichud Elyon, the supreme Yichud. The Nimshach Shir Hashirim, and it brings down the song for the Shir. Ayin, the Inyan Shlomo Baramaz Daf Kuf Ayin Vav Amid Beis. Bakoyim calls Zehu Mashakosu. What causes all this is what the pasuk says: Yishakeni min shikis piu. He shall kiss me from the kisses of his mouth. Meaning, the kiss of the Eibishter, his kiss brings about the level of that Shlomo, the level of the Amshocha, the level of Yichud, the level of coming down into the seed, all comes from the Lev Shekenim Nishikis Piyu. A kiss contains a very powerful expression of Hashem, and it all manifests itself in this kiss. Ki Amshochas Chinas Shmei HaGodol, for in order to bring down Shmei HaGodol, the Chinas Shir V'Taimim, bring it down in the way of Shir V'Taimim, is Nikra B'Chinas Neshiki. We call that a kiss. Bringing down this high level, that's called a kiss. Why? Gilu Ava Pnimis, that's a revelation of an inner love, and that is Ki Avas Ha'av Livno Yechidei, like a father loves his only son. From this great love, that his inside is plastered with love, like a fiery, burning fire. It cannot come out. That love cannot express itself from its potential to the open. How does it come out? A great restriction. That love comes out through the kiss. That great love gets all pushed into that kiss. That restricts, contracts itself into the ear of the mouth and the ear of the mouth and the ear of the mouth of the ruchpiv, and that's the kiss. Even though this is a physical act, with here the inner love is revealed, which cannot be dressed up in no other keli. We're not in the letters. You can't speak that love. That love comes out from a kiss, only from that act. So likewise, this yearning, this delight, his galus, his slapshus, eidin sobim chinas, hatipa v'hashpo shebetoiro. So there shall be the revelation. The eidin sob dresses up in that seed and that flow in Torah. That's in a way, it's not direct. It jumps over. It's not in an orderly way. This comes through a great restriction. And we said, Yoimam, Hashem will instruct his chesed, and the night Yoimam al Yidei. Yoimam means al Yidei Yisrael. Yoim is chesed, daylight, kindness. Yisrael Oiskim b'Torah is Yoimam, is mamshich chesed elyon b'chol yoim b'bchinas Hashem b'maylamata. We bring down the flow, the chesed. Yoimam Yitzav Hashem Chazdei. We bring down the chesed through the level of learning Torah. The first 3 hours of the day, Yoimam Hashem learns Torah. Lishis Yeshiv Zanchu. Shahu Inyan Islapshus. Okay, I'll see you in shul soon. So I'm just going to finish to Dal. We're almost there. So in Islabshus in Sof Bashpot. That's the idea of being Mislabish, the Ein Sof and Ashpot. Pirush Yoshev Eisik B'Torah means when he lowers in the level of Torah, Hainu Hamshochas Moichin Chabad. That means bringing down Chochmah Bin Das. That's the first Chochmah Bin Das. That's Eisik B'Torah. B'Shni is Yoshev Edon. And in the second hour is when he sits and he judges. That's Hainu B'Chinas. That's the level of Chagas. And the third one, Yoshev Izon. Those are the third one. That is Hainu B'Chinas Nehi. That's Netzach Hoid Yisoid. Kenoida, as known, Shenetzach V'Hoid Nikra Lachmu Belachmi. That's also called Lochamu Belachmi. That's the bread, learning of Torah, calling the bread of Hashem. That's why it's Zon. Ayin B'Zoyhar, Parshas Pinchas, Daf Reish Yud Zayin Beis, Be'inyan, Belechem, Levav, Enesh, Yisod. It says there, Ahu Lechem, Da'azilu Shchokim, Shehem, Netzach V'Hoid. V'ayim Ashakosu B'Geres HaKoyt, B'Divra Maschil, Lov Moshe Melitza. So that's Yoimom, that's the day of Hamshochas HaChesed. Avol, Balaylo, Shiroi Imoy. Balaylo, then is the song Imi, Shirim. Who Shir HaMalochim Memato L'maylo. That's the song of the Malochim. So you have the Hamshocha, the masculine, the Shir. That's Yoimam Yitzhak Chazde from L'maylo Mata Hamshocha. But the Malochim is Shira, Losh the feminine. So who Achar Hamshochas Yisrael B'Yoim, after the Yidden bring down the level of Yoimam Yitzhak Hashem Chazde, Chulu. The Shiroi Kisif. So even though it's a feminine, it says Shiroi, but Shiroi Kri. You round it in a masculine, Shiroi his. And that's also who Inyan Yichud Zov Enukla Kanal. Like we said before in Shloimo, you have both the Hey and the Vav. The Lochin Ksiv Pihu Veloy Yishakeni Min Shikois Pihu. Pihu, it doesn't say Shakeni Min Shikois Pihu, but Pihu. It says Pihu, and doesn't say Piv. That is, other words, that is Betoisha say. You'd say Pihu. Chinas Dachar Nukva, because you have both the level of the masculine and the level of the